Hello. Welcome back to episode 2 of Like Father, Like Son. We are in season 3. I am still in my beanbag, and I am unfortunately still with my dad. How you doing?
Wow, what an intro.
What an intro.
An actual, I mean, yeah, people are going to have to pick this up, that we've been together now in lockdown quite a long time, and we're beginning to tick each other right off.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't want this to be the platform where I have to tell you that your attitude needs to change. But you know, I didn't want to do it in front of an audience.
Actually,
but
wow. No, I'm sure like many other families that are listening, the families gather around.
There's been a few actually.
Oh,
the only
families.
Well,
families, the whole family gathers around to listen to Like Father, Like Son.
Yeah, I've heard of a few.
Get actually out of here. There is no family that gathers around. So we're not at 6 o'clock news. Quick, kids, they're on. A dad and a son are talking absolute trash. Quick.
No, it was mainly car trips. I would say.
Oh yeah, I've actually heard that as well.
See, yeah, right, brilliant.
So, yeah.
Season 3, it's like, I mean, hey, first episode did really well actually.
Yeah, we sort of did this Gone with the Wind. We're just going to go wherever the wind takes us. And I feel in the second episode, the wind's not really taking us anywhere.
It's not taking us anywhere just yet. But I was going to link it in.
Oh, come on.
And that is that obviously we were talking about, you know, again, lockdown's happening. Families are getting annoyed with each other. Sure, it happens.
Yeah.
Now, actually, it's not really happened between me and you.
Not really.
But there is a certain someone, isn't there?
Oh.
And so there has been a life situation, shall we say, that's happened in the Ritchie household in the last 6 months.
Sometimes I know where you're going and I know what you're saying. I am terrified right now. I don't know where you're going.
Well, it's your daughter's got engaged, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Which is all great
yeah.
and very positive. And
very positive.
Yeah, we're all very happy for her, you know.
Very positive.
Hopefully she'll move out soon.
Oh, that's hard.
But she keeps talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
And it is starting to drive me up the wall.
Yeah. You and me, we glaze over at the same time. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
At the other dinner time, my shutters were coming down. I could feel them.
Well, it was
and
the
I
way...
just looked across at you and I thought, wow, his shutters are exactly in the same position on his eyes as mine are. They're just they're coming down.
I mean, I'm not that bothered about Save the Date
We love you,
cards.
Keziah, but we don't care. We don't care whether they have chicken or beef.
Yeah.
We don't care.
We don't care.
I love you, Keziah, but I am not that bothered about, you know, what your bridesmaids wear. I'm not. I don't care.
And she's, you know, and obviously, as it is, she's obviously having to do it, and so she's getting a little bit stressed maybe about certain things.
Oh, she's lovely. Don't have a go at her.
No, she is lovely, but it's just a bit like I'm not too bothered whether it's a pink dress or a purple dress.
I kind of get it because I see it from both sides. I see it from the perspective of it's like her biggest and greatest day ever. So like literally the smallest, tiniest detail really does matter to her. And to you, you're going to basically turn up. You'll flirt with a bridesmaid probably.
Sure.
And and that'll be about it. That'll be your day.
And what a great day it will be. No, but it's that thing, isn't it? It's like we're all, you know, I've got a lot of friends recently that have either just got married or getting married. And that's great. It's great for them, you know?
Yeah.
But for me, I'm very much like, I just want to turn up, have a laugh, and that's it.
Yeah.
So as soon as I get involved in anything else,
I know
I'm
there's
a bit
quite a lot of things in this world where it's really massive for you, but it's not interesting for anyone else.
Well, but it's also the way as well that, like, for all of them, I feel a bit harsh actually saying this, and I'm kind of having a bit of a rant.
Your real true character's coming out now.
But
we're seeing it, friends. We're seeing the real Jordan.
This is a bit harsh, and I might
edit this out.
I might edit it out and also live to regret saying this. But it's a bit like they kind of like people doing their weddings. they kind of really expect you to care as much as they do about the day.
I agree. It's also like babies. People have a baby and they go baby gaga and they want to show everyone a picture of the baby. Every single baby looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
And if your baby doesn't look exactly the same, that's because it's very, very ugly. Do you know what I mean? So it's never a positive thing. The most positive thing you can hope for is that your baby looks like every other baby that's ever existed. Do you know what I mean?
But I feel like I've had to, in recent years, I've had to discover that, like, basically a lie, isn't it? It's that initial reaction of oh wow, and like, I've got better at it. I'm going to be honest. Over the years, I've got better at it.
It's like you get taught at some kind of weird school about how to, like, you've got to say things like, oh, he doesn't look like either of you. Because you're both adults and that's a baby.
Well, yeah, and it is that thing, isn't it? It would be worrying if you looked like your kid.
But I would love it if, you had some people who actually did have that self-awareness enough to go, okay, I've had a baby. This is the biggest thing that's ever happened in my life. It's pretty big. However, no one else cares. And so I'm actually just going to kind of play it down a bit. But you just never meet those people.
I would like to say that I am one of those people.
You've never had a bit. Have you? No. This was not the platform that I found out that you've had a child. Where is this child? What has happened?
Right, yeah. I'm moving on. I haven't had a kid. But I would like to say that that's the thing. But then I always feel like I get hit by that, but you don't really care. And it's like it's not that I don't care. It's just I feel a little bit like I don't want to sit and I'm not going to Instagram every 5 minutes me doing this incredible thing, because it's just a little bit like no one really cares though. So this is taking a very weird turn.
When you do have a baby, I'm
sure
you will be as boring as all the other new parents ever.
Yeah, but I don't know. Anyway, let's move on from that.
I've got something, and it's slightly linked. When you were talking about my daughter's getting married and weddings and all that malarkey, and what it is in Texas during lockdown, there is something very unusual about what I'm just about to say. Obviously, everyone during lockdown, we've done it here in Nottingham. You're looking for stuff, aren't you? You're looking for things to do. You're looking to try and keep your brain still working. You've gone through 87 series of Netflix, and you know that you just can't watch any more telly.
Sure.
And this community in Texas, they all been WhatsApping each other, and somebody came up with the idea that said, why? She says, why don't we, as a lady, she said to all the other women on this group, why don't we all put our bride's dresses on and get on our scooters and ride around the area to all wearing bride's dresses?
Okay, couple of questions. Why scooters?
Well, I love you because I say that officially because immediately I was like,
what was it, unofficial before?
Even though you've just told me a few minutes ago you've got a kid and I never knew anything about it.
Brilliant.
You've not got a kid. No, that was the bit that got me. It was like, okay, dressing up in your bride's outfits.
Yeah, I can see there's a bit of fun in there, and it's all a bit whatever, we're all having a laugh.
Yeah, you know there's going to be one of those ladies that's finding it quite difficult to fit into the... Poor old Henry is...
Oh, he's feeling the full force. He's got the full force.
He's having to zip it up and say... Yeah, love, no, you've not put on 47 pounds since you're... I mean, she's like, ooh, she's squeezing into that baby. But anyway, putting that aside,
yeah,
all these brides, but I just didn't get, why did they all get on their scooters and shoot around like they were like...
Well, I guess there's not a lot else they can do. Like, if lockdown's lockdown, I don't know, obviously it's America, innit? It's all a bit crazy over there. Let's leave it at that. But... I don't know what else they could do, but I'm also a bit like...
I just thinking of that thing, you know, when like a pack of lions are going around, they're just looking for a little antelope.
Oh, yeah.
You just imagine some skinny single guy, and there's just like a pack of women in brides dresses just scooting around, and they come round the corner, and he just bolts for it, and they're just shooting after him on scooters.
David Attenborough should definitely do a documentary on it.
He's just running for his life as these brides. Oh, that would make a great image, wouldn't it?
As Bridezilla #1 attacks.
I mean, what do you call a pack of brides? I don't know what you call them. I mean, you've got a lot of names. There's a lot of names come to mind. A gaggle of brides. I mean,
a gaggle of brides.
Yeah. So
that is probably one of the scariest groups I can picture, by the way.
I mean, even though they're all obviously married, so it doesn't really make the story work. But just like to say, I don't know, 10 women on scooters, all in brides' dresses. Any man worth his salt sees that, he's running. Do you know what I mean? He's not asking questions. He's running.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's like, what are those women doing? Why are they scooting around? It's just like...
Well, obviously in the topic of like random things that we're all seeing in lockdown and whatever, I've seen some quite funny things on the internet recently, which is that basically, you know, obviously lockdown, you can't leave your house. So a lot of people have been ordering a lot of stuff because you can't go out and buy it in the shops.
Yeah.
Now, one of the funny things is that people are starting to write on their, like, you know, like the delivery notes.
Yeah.
So like, obviously Amazon give you a parcel and then it basically says like a note of where you might want them to leave it, or if they, you know, you want to do something weird. But that's what some of these videos have been, is that they've basically been making Amazon drivers dance before delivering and so I just was thinking of what some of the weirdest, like, obviously, so I've only seen them dance and I've only seen them like have to do, like, obviously there's like TikTok dances and stuff like that quite a few of them have done. Or they've like, there's been a few that's like 5 or 6, like do 5 push-ups and then deliver my parcel.
But this all sounds a little bit like...
Which is all, I'm kind of guessing it's all a bit of a laugh, but where does it end?
Where does it end? It's going to be in a bad place quite soon.
Empty everything in your pockets, put it in the parcel, and then...
Yeah, it's going to be robbery before you know it.
Yeah.
But the thing I'm finding quite interesting is the fact that I think that's the difference between lockdown 2 and lockdown 1. In lockdown 1, your Amazon drivers, let me tell you what they were doing. They were battering on your door and they were running. I mean, they were shooting off. Did you have that?
Well, yeah, I think, did we speak about it? We might have actually spoken about it.
Right.
But it was basically like, again, there was a load of videos online of these delivery drivers literally just lobbing like people's stuff.
Yeah.
And just,
that was lockdown 1.
Yeah.
They're lobbing. Lockdown 2, they're dancing. Lockdown 3, they're going to be in your house Sunday. They're having a full Sunday dinner in your house.
Think about it. If you thought about lockdown as films, this is a bad sequel, isn't it? It's a bad sequel.
It's like people are going to be, I watched the lockdown series. The first one was, pretty interesting. The second one, it did take a dip. Lockdown 3 was not even funny. Well, lockdown 4, please, no more lockdowns.
No more lockdowns. Well, I mean, it was kind of like that thing of that. I feel like actually we're only a week into lockdown 2, right?
Yeah.
Of time of recording.
Sure.
But the thing is that it feels like we've already been in because we were in tier 3 for like 3 weeks before this.
I think because we live in Nottingham, so for all our world viewers and listeners out there,
if you want any fan mail,
Nottingham, but basically we were in lockdown 1, and then between lockdown 1 and lockdown 2, we went through every tier that you could possibly go through. We went tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. I mean. As the joke goes, it's all gonna end in tears. Not funny, Dad.
No, you put that on your Instagram. That got a bit of
I did
love.
put it on my Instagram. It was funny. But I have got a little interesting thing about lockdown 2, just to bring up.
Yeah.
Is that so we normally try to steer away from making these time sensitive, but I feel like we're in lockdown. You all know it's lockdown 2. And so lockdown 2 so far has covered Halloween, has covered November the 5th.
Oh, yeah.
And let's pray and hope it doesn't cover Christmas, yeah? That's all I'm saying. But so far it's covered Halloween and November the 5th. I want to put this to you, brother. I think that Halloween's the holiday that has taken the biggest hit. I don't think anybody bothered with Halloween this year.
Well,
did they?
okay. So I've actually got a funny story about this.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Go on.
Which I didn't know. But basically, me and one of my very good friends, shout him out. So obviously he lives really close, and we've just been going on like a few like walks here and there, just to keep us all a little bit sane. But
You
like,
are allowed to do that.
yeah, you are allowed to do that. And on Halloween, it was a little bit like, we just go for it. Like, obviously, we were all just like, if it's any normal day, like nothing's going on. And so we were walking around, but like he'd kind of decided that we were going to walk around kind of near his, which is a bit of an estate. And it did just look like there was like me, him and his brother are just sort of walking around this estate. And like it did look like we were the only ones trick-or-treating. And it was a bit like, I'm 24. Do you know what I mean? And it's lockdown.
Giving you sweeties?
No. So, I mean, obviously, we didn't actually knock on anyone's doors or anything like that. But that night, there was quite a lot of people walking around. And it was just more the fact of, like, the reaction we got from the other people that were walking around was just quite funny. Because it was very kind of a little, like, okay, like time to grow up, sort of.
Time for you boys to get a job.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I think that the reason why I think Halloween's taken the biggest battering is that, you know, if you think about it, what's Halloween got to offer? Masks. Well, guess what? We've had a year of masks, mate. I mean, do you know what I mean? Listen, Halloween, you need to come up with something a bit quicker than that because we've done Halloween for 9 months, brother. It was like, because I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. How did you feel like a lockdown November the 5th went? I mean, did you see a sparkler? Did you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Mum loves it, doesn't she? So she was getting all the sparklers out, all of that good stuff. It was, I mean, it's quite nice to see a few, you know, fireworks in the air. It's just, again, it's a shame, isn't it? Because it's like, what makes these things any good is being around your friends, innit?
Yes,
and
without friends,
you can't be.
Without any kind of crowds, it literally is just a damp squib, innit?
Well, yeah,
just
I mean, it's like Halloween without your friends is you dressing up, and that's weird, quite frankly, on your own. If you're dressing up on your own, that's a little bit strange. Whereas then fireworks, it's basically, where does it get to a point where the police have got to get involved?
You know, on these TV shows, one of the TV shows when you see something really bad, and at the end it says, like, if you've been involved in this, please call such and such a number. I mean, do you think that somebody who's listening to this needs to say, if you are dressing up on your own,
if you are dressing up on your own, please call
this
like
number,
father, like son. But then you've got the fireworks, which, I mean, when does that become like bomb disposal? Like, do you know what I mean? Like
that you took that
well, that's
from
what I'm saying.
£2.50 firework to like bomb disposal. Wow.
Well, no, but you also could see in your area who had a little bit of cash and who didn't, because there were certain areas that had really gone for it.
Yeah.
But also, as well as, like, they'd got successive fireworks, you know, and that's when, you know, they've got a bit of cash. Whereas if there was just one or two, you're a bit like, that's it, isn't it?
So I do have 2 fireworks stories to tell you. One is that when I used to be a youth leader in Barnsley in Yorkshire, and where you were born, actually. I just thought I would tell you that. Yeah. It's like, what's that TV show where you find out about your ancestors?
Yeah, like one of those like walkthroughs. Oh, you were born here. Right, great.
Anyway, I came up with the idea of indoor fireworks. And I was like the youth leader. There was, I think it was 80 to 100 young people, and I was in this church hall, and I had it
How
all
did that
set. I
even-
know, it was terrible, mate. It was terrible. We set things on fire. It was a bad night. I hope that leaders who are listening to it will never listen to this, because I did set off fireworks inside the church hall. Curtains caught on fire. We did have a proper incident. And like, I just remember, because I was just like an idiot.
What has gone through your brain?
I know. I've
to make
never
that
been
all
responsible. I mean, that's why I look at you and I think, I'm pretty pleased that you've made it to this age without dying. Because I'm not a very responsible person. Luckily, I'm married to a very responsible woman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it would just be a tragedy. Can you imagine? So basically, I can remember at the end of the night.
Well, I mean, to back that up is that basically every single like time we have dinner, right? I always have orange squash. Keziah always has blackcurrant squash, and that has been a thing for years. Like literally, I don't know why it is. It's probably a bit strange in itself, but that is just what happens. But every single time, you seem to mess that up, and they
it's
get
like a simple thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Where does it get to a point where, like, 15 years later, and you're still giving me blackcurrant squash and Keziah orange
Yeah,
squash?
but like in 15, 20 years' time, hopefully I'll like be able to blame my old age. And right now I've got no excuse other than do not care. I just think I don't care about like detail. I'm not bothered. That's a detail. But I remember just this moment right at the end of the night, and young people had to go home. It was just like, it was a shocker. And basically, just this other leader turned to me and said, at what point did you think setting a rocket off inside the building was going to be a good laugh? And I just thought, yeah, he's got a very good point.
So you didn't come up with anything sarcastic?
No, I didn't come up with anything other than...
Yeah, it was about the time it started. It was when I lit it.
honestly remember young people running for their lives.
Screaming.
Yeah, and if you're a young person, we do not condone letting off fireworks indoor. The ones that are official.
What footballer did that? Was it Mario Balotelli that set off?
Oh, yeah, in his house, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember that, yeah.
And you've literally joined Balotelli.
No, he joined my club. I did it first.
I love that. That is your thing, isn't it?
Mario.
Well, yeah, I don't care, Mario, but I did mine 20 years ago.
Yeah, I did it
Mine was
first.
stupid before yours.
Yeah. Mine's didn't cost quite as much as yours because you're a multi-million-pound footballer. But and then my other one is it's not actually happened on November the 5th, but basically we went to Germany. You came, and over New Year.
Did I?
And yeah, you were a little baby. And why can't you remember these things? And it was an amazing time. We were in Germany over New Year, and I was speaking at this big event. A lot of young people. It was really good. But New Year's Eve, they got these things. I've never seen them before or since, and that is firework guns. And these
wait, what?
Yeah, yes, exactly. So in Germany, it's a thing. And honestly, they're terrifying. So there are these guns that shoot out fireworks. And honestly, they're the most dangerous things I've ever seen. So I thought I was crazy doing indoor fireworks. I mean, this youth group had no boundaries. It had no rules.
What, were you allowed to shoot them at people?
Well, I don't think that's the idea. But let me tell you, this group were doing that. The other thing that they were doing... And I'll never forget this, right? The leader's wife, who was like a really nice lady, turned to me and went, "Oh, I really don't like when they do this." And what they were doing is firing the firework under cars. And so the fireworks were bouncing off the undercarriage of the car and then shooting out the other side and going off.
That is awesome.
Awesome and unbelievably dangerous.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And also, for this woman, at what point does she take control of that situation?
Yeah, just turning to me going, "Oh, I really don't like it when they start murdering each other."
Yeah.
Do something, love. Do something.
You can stop that, you know.
You're the leader.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm going to have to Google those and find out if we can get some for the
Yeah,
house.
I don't think we are not condoning young people having firework guns, but yeah, I've never even seen them in the UK. Like, in all the time, I've never seen a firework gun, but in Germany, it's a bit of a thing, and apparently, like, the adults they're not as keen, but young people...
What, you get to 35 and you're...
Yeah,
No.
Not
for me anymore.
Not for me. Not the old firework gun. So yeah, there it is. But no. So all I was really kind of saying is, poor old Halloween took a bit of. I'm not a big fan of Halloween anyway. I don't really.
Yeah,
care.
I've never. Well, I've always been away or doing something anyway, so I've never really done anything myself. Don't know why that was of any relevance. But last thing before we wrap up.
Yeah, the wind has taken us.
The wind has taken us, and I just wanted to kind of speak about something for 2 seconds, which is just a weird little thing. Is that a woman? There's a video of a woman that cooks a steak in a toaster and serves it to her husband. And
I have got my mouth open,
and I saw it and was just a little bit like, I don't know what I'm going to say about that on Like Father Like Son, but I feel like it needs
She
to be
cooked
mentioned.
a steak in a toaster.
Yeah. So she literally puts the steak.
I'm done.
in
2020. I'm done. I'm out.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm out. Hold on. She cooked a steak in a toaster.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why?
humanity is over.
It's getting to a point, isn't it, where it's just a little bit like,
No, you can't.
I can't see anything
else. So
else.
many bizarre things happen in 2020 that to me is like, no, you've pushed it over the edge, love. You pushed the world beyond.
yeah.
Isn't there some story about? Have you heard about the guy in Wales, who basically, because Wales had they had a lockdown, and then they had this big difficulty because the supermarkets were told they could only sell food. No, they're not able to sell like other stuff.
Yeah.
And then basically people in Wales were going a bit crazy, and then a guy went shopping just in his underpants. Like, just in his pants to make some...
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, it's like a protest.
As a protest to say, like, we should be allowed to buy non-essential goods. How...
Well, there's been a
who's, like,
tank...
going, I've seen you in your pants.
Yeah.
We're changing the rules.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get...
Well, there's also been a tank outside of Parliament for, like, to keep gyms open. And it's just a little bit like...
What are you... I have not heard a
Have you not
thing
seen
about
that?
this.
Have you not seen that?
Can I just distance myself? If that
Well,
is
I'm pretty sure I've seen
a
it.
tank outside Parliament...
Yeah, to keep so it was protesting to keep gyms open.
What's that?
I don't know that. It's not I'm not setting it up. This isn't me trying to give propaganda for it. It's just I think I've seen it, like, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Unless
either
it's
that
a joke.
is the biggest pile of nonsense ever. I've not heard a thing about that.
Well, no, I've definitely seen a video. I don't know. Unless it's been like a massive joke on social media.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure, like, yeah, there's a tank outside. Like, it was out there for like 6 or 7 hours or something.
Wow.
So yeah,
The
world is going a bit nuts, isn't it?
I did hear quite a funny thing. As we finish, I did hear a funny thing. Is it basically about a gym? So when we went into lockdown 2, and this gym, the guy that heads up the gym was on the radio, and he was like saying, I'm not looking for trouble, I'm not causing any problems, but we're not shutting down. And the reporter says, well, the government told you have to. No, I'm not shutting down because for the mental health of my customers and blah, blah. And he did this big speech. We're not looking for any trouble, but we will not be closing. And then 2 minutes later, the woman just went, and the police went round, and it's now closed. It was like,
Yeah.
I honestly laughed in my car. I thought, oh, mate, that did not last long.
Yeah, no, I've seen again a few of those, and it's just a little bit like, and the police have sorted it out.
Yeah.
And that's that.
That's that. Wow. Well, the wind has certainly taken us many different places.
Yeah, well, obviously we've got Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, the whole shebang. Obviously we've got YouTube as well. It's all at Like Father Like Son podcast. Yeah, please get in contact with us, talk to us, see if there's any ideas that you want us to talk about. But yeah, thank you very much. This has been episode 2 of season 3. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
thank you for listening to the Like Father, Like Son podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe and you will be notified every time there's a new episode.